And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Tuesday, August 9th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody. We welcome you to our program presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. Today, we're going to be featuring a representative from the city of Mount Juliet. But before we do, let's talk a little about Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. You have an opportunity to give blood. They're going to have 2 blood drives this month, the month of August. And the first is going to be Wednesday, August the 24th, which is 2 weeks from tomorrow, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. This is the Blood Assurance blood drive. And you can schedule an appointment by going to their website, bloodassurance.org/VWCH. Again, this is Wednesday, August 24th, 12 noon to 5 p.m. The bus will be parked in the front of the main entrance. Donors will receive a BA 50th anniversary tumbler, and all donors will be entered to win a Walt Disney trip. The other opportunity is with the American Red Cross blood drive, which they feature each month at Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. And the next one is scheduled for, I may have told that wrong. I said 2 this month. I believe the next one is September the 13th, because we've already had one in August, which is today. I'm really getting mixed up this morning. Today is the 9th. Today is the day, and it's probably not too late. Today, Tuesday, August the 9th, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., the American Red Cross Blood Mobile will be there at Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. Okay, I think we've got that straightened out today, and then on the 24th for the Blood Assurance one. Another thing we'll tell you about the Masquerade Jewelry and Accessories fundraising sale, and this is sponsored by the hospital's Volunteer Auxiliary. This will be on Monday, August 29th, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital OB Conference Room. Cash and debit credit cards accepted, and a $5 Masquerade Jewelry and Accessories fundraising sale. Again, Monday, August 29th, 7 to 5. That's an all-day long event. And, of course, keep in mind that Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital offers great services. The Chest Pain Center, there's inpatient rehabilitation, primary stroke center, robotic-assisted joint replacement, weight loss center, and women's services that they offer. These comprehensive services, plus recognized care. The hospital is fully accredited by the state of Tennessee and the Joint Commission. In addition, they've received national quality awards, including designation as an accredited chest pain center, a stroke center, and a comprehensive weight loss center. In satisfaction surveys, their patients consistently give high marks in service and quality of care. And another thing about Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital is the commitment to community. The economic impact to this community exceeded $58 million in 2018, including $14 million in charity and uncompensated care. With more than 200 physicians and over 600 employees, they're one of the community's largest employers, with a payroll topping $38 million. Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. All right, let's go to the phone. And Justin Beasley, are you there?
Yes, sir. How's it going, Coleman?
Good morning. I am fine. I'm glad to hear your voice this morning. Public Information Officer for the City of Mount Juliet. So what's going on?
So we didn't have too much of a riveting board meeting last night, and kind of a short agenda. One of the items on there was rezoning one of the pieces of property on North Mount Juliet Road. I believe we passed it where it's going to go from residential to whatever kind of official zoning they needed to build a small little dentist office. So nothing too big on the agenda like we've had the past couple of weeks. Sometimes that can happen, especially in the summer as developers and such are on vacation or getting the kids back into school. But nothing much to report from the BOC meeting last night, but a ton of other things to talk about as far as the city of Mount Juliet is concerned.
All right. Well, before we talk about those other things, let's got to ask about your home life. And your your recent addition, who is how old is he? He's 5 or 6 weeks old by now.
He is 3 months old, I think, this Saturday. So it's pretty crazy.
Time flies.
And his mom stays at home with him, and she's doing a good job during the day. She's a very A-type personality like me, so all that hard work during the day makes him sleep well at night. And people don't believe me, but he's been sleeping like 10 or 11 hours every night. So we're certainly blessed to have that.
Well, that's great to hear. What you said we pretty much covered what took place last night at the Board of Commissioners meeting. Anything else you want to tell us about last night?
I think we had a BPAC discussion that was on the agenda as well. Again, not too many heavy-hitting items, just kind of, looking at some land use amendments and trying to figure out what we want to do with certain pieces of property, which most of the time goes over my head because a lot of that's decided, at least beforehand, as far as approval at the Planning Commission, which meets the third Thursday of every month. But the other big news that I was wanting to tell you about, which might not be big news to you. Have you ever been to a Chipotle around town?
No.
Anywhere else? Well, it's quite the rave. It's a new Mexican restaurant, probably in the last decade or so. A lot of the big cities have one, and we recently announced that we're going to have a Chipotle come to the city of Mount Juliet. It's going to come on Pleasant Grove Road where Slotsky's used to be. And you think about it, Slotsky's really bad run of luck. They debuted their business the week that we were introduced to COVID here in Middle Tennessee, a little more than 2 years ago. So they weren't able to keep the staffing. They weren't able to, obviously have people come into their restaurant, which didn't help them out any. So you think about it. They have a building where all the permits have passed, a pretty prime location beside Longhorn and Culver's. Really, a lot of franchises are there. So, most residents are going to say, hey, I want a mom and pop. I want some local flavor to come in that building. Well, most local people can't afford a building well into the millions of that prime location that's already ready. You don't have to go through inspection or any kind of zoning. It is ready for use. So we finally announced that Chipotle will enter that. I'm not sure how soon they'll be there. I'm sure sooner than later. But you look at the sales tax numbers, and as far as trying to find things that people want in the city of Mount Juliet, Chipotle is going to be right there. That line's going to be back to the road.
All right.
With you in it.
You've got a big smile on your face about that.
Yeah, I'm a big Chipotle fan myself. It's fast food Mexican. You go in there and it's almost like you pick what you want in your burrito. It's done. You can eat it there, or you can walk out, and it's quite the rave. We'll have to have some one day.
All right. Any other breaking news of that sort?
Some similar breaking news. So a couple of weeks ago, we had Andy Barlow here.
Oh, and we did. Yes, I really enjoyed his visit, and he's an impressive person. Bro.
He is. He's a lot smarter than I am. I tried to. I don't need to communicate that to the audience. They know that. But he's a fantastic public works director. And we debuted the bridge last week. We uploaded some drone videos, some photos, even did a news story with one of the local TV stations in Nashville. And that's a big deal. It looks beautiful at night. It's got the lights lit up. It's it's now 7 lanes. It makes congestion, a lot of traffic, a lot more safer, especially during the heart of rush hour. But on the other side of town, the north side of town, we recently discovered, our city liaison Marty Potts discovered there's a crack on the bridge. So we reached out to TDOT and said, hey, is this something we need to be concerned about? Is it only cosmetic in nature? Well, this weekend, the public somehow saw it, probably just walking down the side of the road. It's right near the ballpark on Lebanon Road. And we reached out to TDOT, and they said it is cosmetic only in nature. They're going to add that to the long list of things that they have to do as far as, piecing it back together and fixing it. But the craze in Mount Juliet, which social media can get out of hand, is don't drive over the bridge on 70. You might lose your life. And we have done our due diligence with our public works director and the vice mayor, who's the District 1 commissioner out there, and made sure that everything is up to par. It's only cosmetic. So if you're driving on 70 by the ballpark, Mount Juliet League Park, everything's good.
Cedar Creek, isn't it?
Correct.
Yes. Okay.
Absolutely. So that created quite the stir on social media. But that's why we have a public information officer and messaging like this on the Coleman Walker Show to say everything is good. The roads are fine. We're looking to improve all the other ones and improve the infrastructure all the time.
Well, that's good to hear as well. Nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about, which is fantastic.
Justin Beasley's with us. More coming up on Coleman and Company FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:14. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks, Absolute Kubota. They have Land Pride, quality tractor implements including cutters, finish mowers, box blades, tillers, and more. 5-year gearbox warranty, extremely durable and well-built. 1506 West Main. Now with traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Heavy traffic now on 24 westbound up through the Hickory Hollow area. You got all that traffic coming out of Rutherford County. It's also bogged down a bit here on Vietnam Vets inbound, passing Gallatin Pike up through Sumner County, Hendersonville area. Again, headed towards I-65 on Vietnam Vets is pretty heavy. Gatlinburg Winery is home of the world-famous cotton candy wine. They've got some brand new flavors. Check it out at GatlinburgWinery.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership and a new atmosphere. Same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing.
Contact Stephen Lowry Land Clearing for all your land clearing needs. Whether it's clearing trails for ATVs, reclaiming pasture, or clearing your land of brush and trees, Stephen Lowry can get the job done. He works closely with customers, adjusting to make changes as you want. Steve Lowry will give you quality work at a price that you can afford. He will also beat any written estimate. Call Stephen Lowry at 615-970-8154 for all your land clearing needs. That's Stephen Lowry Land Clearing, 615-970-8154.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. Our program presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. Let me remind you again, the American Red Cross Blood Mobile will have a blood drive today, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. And then, of course, the one we mentioned earlier coming up on Wednesday, August 24th, Blood Assurance. And they have a prize to give away. So if you can give blood either time, it would certainly be appreciated. Blood is always needed. And back to Justin Beasley, Public Information Officer for the City of Mount Juliet. I don't know what else all we've got to talk about this morning, but you were asking me what'd you say? How do I like the Padres?
Yeah, the San Diego Padres. They have Juan Soto from the Nationals. They got Soto, Tatis, and Manny Machado, and still I think they got swept by the Dodgers this weekend. So,
well, they also got Drury from the Reds, who had hit more home runs, had more RBIs, and had scored more runs. I think he was a good ball player.
Yeah,
and he'll probably be sitting on the bench with them, but
they get traded around all the time, don't they?
Dodgers are looking really good. I'll tell you somebody else that's looking good too. It's the Mets.
Oh yeah,
you know what they did to Atlanta? Wasn't it 4 out of 5?
Yeah, they have Scherzer, and then they also have what's the other guy? Jacob deGrom, and then they have a really good closer, and they've got some good power hitters. So that's the recipe for success in the postseason.
Well, I was disappointed that they beat the Reds 5-1 last night.
Oh, they did
play 2 more games.
You're still watching the Reds this far into the season?
Not well.
I figured you'd tuned out by now. You're diehard.
They are. They were before last night, 14.5 out of first place.
Oh goodness.
Well,
take a miracle.
They've been playing. They won what? They won 15 out of 25 or something like that.
Okay.
They've been doing better even after the fire sale.
Wow.
But
guys playing for their jobs.
Yeah, my guess. We've had your 50th anniversary celebration.
Sir.
4th of July is long past. School has started.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how much we know. The police are always involved with school starting because you got to make sure traffic laws are obeyed by the schools.
Absolutely.
In a lot of places, 15 miles per hour. Others, maybe on a big highway, it might be as much as 25,
right,
or something. But Any news from that at all?
Yeah, I thought something was cool. I participated with the Chamber of Commerce as a representation of the city, and a lot of business owners came out. We were at Rutland one of the days, I think a week and a half ago, where we bought the We Love Wilson County teacher signs. I took some photos of that to help out the Chamber and the city. And then we did it last week at Mount Juliet Christian Academy. And it's just really cool. One of the teachers almost, cried right there just because of, it's cool to show appreciation for our teachers. I'd like to think we've done that the last 20 years, but maybe there's a renewed effort towards that with just how much they do and how many resources they have to be able to, raise up the next generation of kids, whether it's public or private schools. So I think the Chamber of Commerce ran out of signs, at least in Mount Juliet, and probably Lebanon is the same way. Ran out of signs to sell, had to go buy more, and that just paid for the signs. So it's something really cool. And next year, I think we'll do it again. Gerard Bullock, the president, not the president of the chamber, but he leads all the meetings and stuff. He was talking about getting a smoke machine with a sounding board and saying every teacher's name as they come in. I said, man, would that not go viral on social media? So maybe you'll see that from us next year if we can find room in the budget for it, or somebody wants to give us a smoke machine for a day.
I think it goes without saying this has got to be appreciated. The appreciation that has been shown to the teachers is surely appreciated by them. A great gesture, I think. And, of course, they'd like to have more money. We all would. And they've gotten more money from time to time. But still, when you think, and this is almost mind-boggling at times, when you think of what some of these Major League Baseball players are making. You think some of these star football players getting a big contract, maybe a 10-year contract, some of these baseball players for, I don't know, $15, $20 million a year.
Yeah.
And where are our priorities?
I know. I guess my answer to that would be we buy $70 tickets to sit in the nosebleeds at a baseball game, and that's just where the money goes. It's entertainment has its value in society too, but you talk about heroes, and I'm guilty of this, and I come from a sports broadcasting background, and the guy that scores a game-winning touchdown, he's the hero, right? Well, the heroes are on the front lines. They're in the hospitals. They're fighting for our freedom. They're raising up our generation inside the schools. So they're our real heroes. I think they have a special place waiting for them in heaven with the work they do.
I am really glad that somebody came up with this idea.
I know.
And probably it's something that's going to continue at least for a while. You're already talking about
If I have something to do with it, it will. Absolutely. I don't know why not. I think it exceeded all their expectations. So it's certainly better. Or the teachers are going to be like, where's our encouragement? Where are you at on our first day? We didn't see you.
Well, how's traffic flow in Mount Juliet? Well, I know you got the bridge over the interstate, and that's actually it's taken a long time, and there's been a lot of publicity about that during all this construction time, and now that we're through, and you even got the sign there that says Mount Juliet now, which
looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It really does. But as we have more people located here, and I'm noticing I think even more in Lebanon, we have more traffic. The streets are busier today than they were a year ago, and busier a year ago than they were 2 years ago. As we have influx of people, and you see all the building, all the construction, residential construction that's going on, apartment complexes, the houses. You don't build a one-story house, it seems, anymore. You got 2 or 3 floors because you're trying to get as many as you can on a small lot. You've got that.
Yeah, we sure do. I think our tallest apartment goes up maybe 4 stories or 3 stories, and we potentially should have went 4. I think that's what maybe one of them are going to do in the future. But traffic's flowing very well over the bridge. You wouldn't even have known that was an issue just 2 or 3 months ago. That's going to open up way for South Mount Juliet Road. That's in Providence, out towards Central Pike to open up. Lebanon Road still needs some work. I talked with Commissioner Ray Justice yesterday, our vice mayor, and he's been fighting for that for a long time to be widened a little bit when you take a right heading towards 109. So that's an improvement the city is looking forward to having. Providence Parkway is going to be done soon.
That will probably be done. It will, I'm thinking, in time, and I don't know how long, but eventually it will be probably 4 or 5 lanes to 109, but it's not going to come all at once. It'll most likely be done in increments.
Yeah, it's going to be
How
phased
far
in.
would the first one go, do you think? Would it go to the school?
It should. Yeah, I think that's the plan, at least to the school, because that's where a lot of the congestion happens during school. And it doesn't have to be during school. It can be in the summer, middle of July, and there's still 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock. It's going to be a headache, and people are going to try to avoid it like the plague. But yeah, the school, it needs to at least go towards that. It's going to be phased in. Ray Just has been fighting for that for a while. He would tell you that as I'm telling you that right now, and he's continuing that fight with trying to make sure our infrastructure is improved, especially in his district.
One of the ironic thing to me is once you get past the city limits of Mount Juliet on 70 heading to Lebanon, the speed limit is 55 miles an hour till you get to 109. Then when you get to 109, where we got big wide 5 lanes, it's 50 miles an hour.
Yeah,
and maybe down to 45 time you get closer to Lebanon.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I do think
baffles me too.
Maybe a reason for that. 55 is what it is mostly in the rural areas.
Right.
It's 55 on the Watertown Highway and so on. But 70 there are a lot of people who are trying to come out from their house. There's a lot of residences there.
Right.
And I just figured maybe that's a reason that it's 50 and maybe 45 in places to make the traffic be a little bit slower, so people don't have to stay in their driveways all day to get out on the highway. I don't know.
That's probably an Andy Barlow question. Somebody a lot more sophisticated than us.
Yeah, why don't you ask him and report next time?
I'll get it for you. So what's up with these speed limits that you don't set?
Oh,
all the traffic studies that they do.
You probably have some sort of conversation, some dialogue with just about every department head, anybody that has a leading role in the city of Mount Juliet, because you want to be in the know.
Right.
Is it difficult to really find out what's going on? You have to do a lot of turning the leaves and looking, or is it to get your information and to be in the know?
I think it's my job to always turn over the leaves, and I'll ask the honest, dumb, stupid question. I've got no filter when it comes to that, so I really want to know what makes people tick and what's going on. But we send a report every week to our city manager so he can update our board of commissioners with what we're doing and our tasks. I think I was there for 2 months, and I found out about this weekly report that comes from Public Works, Finance, Parks, and I'm like, hey, I'm not a supervisor or a boss or anything, but please tag me on that, because that's really good information. You get timelines on how the budget's going, where this project is, and that's helped me out immensely to go from that, ask questions for department heads, and just to kind of be in the know. Even if I don't turn over that leaf, I'm kind of in the know a little bit, because, not to be mean, but it's my job to know where we are on such things. So that really helped me out a lot. But I'm always in department heads' offices, spending time with them, trying to promote their product. As I tell people all the time at City Hall, what we have at the City of Mount Juliet has already been there. I'm just set there to now promote the hard work that we're doing and tell the residents about it. And I'm trying to do the best job I can.
Well, I would think there's one particular guy you wouldn't have too much trouble. All you got to do is listen if you're talking to Kenny.
Yeah.
Our fire chief.
Yeah, or fire chief. They're a wealth of information. They're open door policy, always responsive. So anytime I need something, they're on the speed dial.
Kenny Martin, Jamie
sir.
Luffman, between the two of them, I would think you get more. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Kenny knows everything about everything, and Jamie knows everything from the front door to the back door at the fire department.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, your bases are pretty covered there. They were here about 3 months ago, which, I mean, they were... did you talk any that day? You probably lost control like when me, Rocky, and Volunteer State Bank came.
Well, I figure it's my job to get my guests to talk, and people don't want to hear me. They want to hear what's on your mind.
Yeah,
so
it's like Larry King Live. You ask the question, let them go, let them ramble.
Well, we're nearly out of time here, but here it is. The the 9th day of August, and you had a meeting last night, have a meeting in 2 weeks, so you'll be back in 2 weeks, and we'll
Yes,
see
sir.
what's happening at that time. And believe it or not, you look at the forecast, it may not be much more than 90 degrees this week, so I think temperature some days high in the high 80s, a little bit more pleasant.
Yeah.
And, you look at the calendar, next month fall will be here.
It's crazy.
Yeah, isn't it?
Fall and football and high school's playing. It's a good time in Wilson County.
Well, Justin, thanks so much. Always good to see you. Let me remind everybody the Bloodmobile, American Red Cross Bloodmobile, will be at Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital today, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., and then another opportunity on Wednesday, August 24th from 12 to 5 with the Blood Assurance blood drive. And our program, of course, Part 1 of Coleman and Company each Tuesday, presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. Stay with us for more here on FM 98.9.
And at 7:29, let's see what's happening on the roadways thanks to Bates Ford. And they've got a battery installed on most vehicles. 134.95. Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Pretty heavy right now on 24 westbound. That's what we're looking at live, watching that traffic build out of Rutherford County. 24 has been in pretty good shape so far, coming in from Montgomery County out of Clarksville. There's a couple of wrecks out here. 4100 block of Murfreesboro Pike in Antioch. That one getting some attention out on the west side. Page Road at Harding Pike. 2 cars still at that intersection. Hey, Foothills Mercantile Company creates unique handmade gifts in the Smoky Mountains. They've got beautiful paintings. You got to check them out on Facebook at Foothills Mercantile Company in Wares Valley, Tennessee. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
The refreshing cool after coming in from a hot summer day. The perfect temperature to kick off your shoes and relax with a good book. When the weather heats up, a new Rheem AC system will surround your family in total comfort. Are you feeling it? Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
6 straight winning seasons, 2 consecutive AFC South Division titles, 3 straight playoff appearances. And your NFL head coach of the year, Mike Vrabel, leads your Tennessee Titans out of the tunnel every week.
Brought to you by Bakes and Hooker, Bates Ford, Steve Mall Plumbing, the Jewelers, and the City of Lebanon Gas in Tennessee. 811, call before you dig.
This is Wilson County's home for real country music and the Tennessee Titans. Real Country 98.9.
At Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, world-class care is a heartbeat away. In fact, we offer the same world-class attention Middle Tennessee has come to rely on from a Vanderbilt Health Hospital. Supported by over 200 specialties, an expanded emergency department staffed with Vanderbilt Health physicians 24/7, and greater investments in life-saving technologies and care. It's just one more way we're making healthcare personal.
A cold front starts to move in today, bringing some relief from the heat, but increasing our chances for rain again. Look for a high of 86 today with scattered thunderstorms possible. Wednesday's high should be 81 degrees with lingering storm chances. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. That's a look at your forecast. I'm Number One Ned.
And we continue here on a Tuesday morning. Thanks for joining us. And we want to welcome Sean Dozier, Executive Director of Hearthside Senior Living, who's here to talk about that wonderful place, which it is. Good morning.
It is a wonderful place. It is a wonderful place, Coleman. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's nice. Everything's lovely.
Can't,
well, nearly everything. The Reds lost last night.
Well, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry.
It's got a whole lot to do with how the world's going.
Well, you could say that.
Let's talk about Hearthside Senior Living, Retirement and Assisted Living Community.
Well, this week, actually, I take that back. Friday morning, I got to meet with a couple, Roger and Amanda Flannery. They signed a contract on a 2-bedroom home, and they were just so excited. They'd been on my wait list for for many years. And finally, I got to call them and say, hey, I've got a 2-bedroom open up. And they were just thrilled. They're excited about moving in. That 2-bedroom home, we have 27 3-bedroom homes, and then we have 3 2-bedroom homes. And those 2 bedrooms don't come open very often. And they were wanting a 2-bedroom. And they got to sign the contract, and they're moving in 1st of September, and they're excited. You know, we don't turn over that often down there, and so when we have an opening, it's a big deal, and we're excited about having Roger and Amanda Flannery on board with us September 1st. And those homes down there continue to draw attention and continue to develop a wait list, and people are really interested in that independent living. You know, assisted living came along several years ago, and it's taken off, and now folks are really interested in that independent living. You know, we don't provide a lot of services down there. It's pretty much your maintenance, and then they're free to do whatever they want to do. We, you know, if something happens, you know, they call 911. If something family needs, they take care of it. It's totally independent living, and they really enjoy it because they can come and go as they please. They can go on vacations. They can go for a month at a time, and we take care of the house for them. It's just that security to know that, hey, I've got a place that I don't have to take care of inside or outside. You know, if something breaks, if I'm there or not, I can call the maintenance folks and they take care of it. So it's a really big deal for somebody to move in, and I'm excited about having some new faces down there, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, and the thing about it is you have a waiting list, and really, from what you have indicated, really long.
It's a really long
people
list.
Wanting to get in.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of services like that available in Wilson County. I know there's more coming on board, but we started in 2010, and it was a concept that was developed, and it really has paid off. You know, for years, Hearthside, the assisted living, was able to basically build that independent living community. We did so well in the assisted living, and it was able to fund that project down there, and we're completely debt free, and we're able to make upgrades and do some great things down there in the independent living that is supported by the assisted living. So it really plays off each other, and it's a great concept to have, and I'm thrilled that they risked doing that in 2010.
And yes, and even now, if you don't want to cook, you can get a meal.
Yeah, you can get a meal. You can come up for $4 a meal. You can drive up and curbside pick up. And used to, you know, back before the pandemic, we had people come into the dining room and they all ate together, and it was one big happy family. But since the pandemic, we've had to do curbside pickup, and they've enjoyed that just as well. And you know, we don't charge. You know, we could charge a lot more than $4, Coleman. You know, we could, but we do that as a service, and it provides them an opportunity where they can, you know, they don't have to go out and get in the traffic. They can just pull up there, and we'll bring it out to them.
Well, you've been talking about having some additions to the assisted living community.
The assisted living community, you know, as I mentioned, we may have some listeners that haven't heard, but we have a summer special going on right now. If you move in before the end of August, we discount half off that first month, and we've had several people take advantage of that. We've had one move in last week. We've got 4 others moving in over the next couple of weeks. So
you're about going to be full.
We're going to be full again, and we're getting back up there. You know, you take 2 steps forward, sometimes you take a step back. But Hearthside, the assisted living continues to be very attractive. It's a nonprofit. It's it's not a big corporation. We offer good customer service, good communication. And at the end of the day, we're a ministry, and we offer compassion to all of our residents and families, and I think it shows throughout our staff.
Okay, I guess it's time for a Hearthside hello.
Well, you know, I don't think I've ever officially given Susie James a Hearthside hello. Yesterday was her birthday, and I don't see her around here yet.
Come in as far as I know.
But we run in some of the same circles, and she's a great resource for me, and has been a great friend. And I wanted to give her an official. I wish she was here. I would. But she's not here yet, but she'll be here.
An official
Hearthside hello, Susie James.
All right, that is wonderful. She will appreciate it.
I know she will. There's MJ. MJ's here. I guess Billy's here somewhere. I haven't seen Billy.
Billy's here somewhere. MJ had a day off yesterday.
Maybe she went to the lake. So I hope she did.
I think she went to a wedding.
Oh, okay. I know she enjoys the lake.
Well, we're glad to see you. Glad things are going well at Hearthside, and it's so nice to see you each Tuesday. Let's do it again next week.
I'll be here. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Sean Dozier, Executive Director, Hearthside Senior Living, 215 Castle Heights Avenue North, 215 right here in Lebanon, Tennessee. And if you don't want to go by but want to call him at 615-443-1994, 21 before the hour. Want to welcome Brian Hutto. Good morning.
Morning, Coleman. How are you today?
I am doing well. It's good to see you. Brian Hutto is the Director of Schools for the Lebanon Special School District, and he's in his first year. And,
that is correct.
School has started, so I guess we could start there this morning. How is the opening of school?
That's a great place to start, and you actually, with your last guest, hit on the Wilson County loves our teachers, and so that was a awesome push from the Chamber of Commerce and a partnership with Wilson County to really celebrate our teachers. And what he described was accurate. The Chamber had volunteers coming to celebrate the teachers and cheer them on, and the look on the teachers' faces as they came in. And so that was a really awesome way to start the year. And so our enrollment, we're sitting at 4,226 students. That is hot off the press as of last evening.
4226.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Business is good.
Is that several more than last year?
It is more. I haven't looked at last year's end of the year because it fluctuates typically at the end. But we were able towards the end of last spring to go ahead and hire enough teachers to be prepared for an influx. So we're set up. We've got some hot spots with some different grade levels. First grade was one that we knew we had, because COVID hits, we had people that kept their children out, and then we had an influx of kindergartners last year. So growing with that cohort will be a challenge, but it's been a smooth start. I told Billy outside, and I knocked on wood because it was a smooth start, and we joked about we weren't sure if it was wood, but it's been good, and that really goes to our secretaries and administrators. We brought them back. They come back 2 weeks before school starts, and working through all those registration pieces so that, and I don't know that numbers have ever been consistently this stable. So we're usually kind of guessing a little, but it's been a great start.
So you're not necessarily in a hiring mode then as far as teachers go?
We are not in a hiring mode. We've got a couple out there that have just popped up for various reasons, and we've got plan A, B, and C to work through those. So we're in good shape.
Well, that's better than some can say, honestly. There's kind of been a shortage of teachers, and I'm hearing that may be true all over the country, but especially in some of our neighboring counties here.
That shortage is very real. So I'll take this opportunity to plug for those that are interested in teaching. Our young people, I think teaching is amazing. I stepped into a classroom the other day, it's kindergartners, and the little guy looks at me and said, "Can I hug you?" He didn't know me, and I said, "Well, sure." And he looked at me again. He said, "Well, I'm going to hug you." I said, "Well, I gave you permission, so go ahead." And then after the hug, he said, "Who are you?" I said, "Well, let's back up. Next time, introduce yourself," and we talked through that. But there are so many things that people don't see on a day-to-day that are amazing. And so for those that are interested, it's a great place to be. Wilson County, Lebanon Special, and it's a great career.
Well, now, you didn't have a board meeting last night. You're
Correct. We did most of our summer work in the end of June. We did our amendments, we did our budget, and so the way our charter's set up is that we're quarterly at least, and so we've covered most of the agenda items that we would have hit. So our next one is later in September, and we'll have a lengthy agenda for that, but we didn't.
But you don't have a meeting just to have a meeting.
That's correct. And we've got, our board is fantastic, and so we talk, and I send them updates daily. But we'll talk, and I'll say, hey, this is what's coming, this is what we're doing, this is what will pop up.
Do you have any new principals this year?
We do. We have one new principal at Coles Ferry. She took my took my spot. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dr. Lowry. She was my assistant for the entire time I was there, and she's eager, excited. We've talked. We talk daily, just to catch up, and she's got a new assistant principal, Dr. Bill Evans, who came actually from our central office and rolled into that capacity. She was wanting to jump back in the school setting, and so they're set up for success, which is what we want.
Well, we are having growth, and some of it is certainly affects the Lebanon Special School District. Of course, we just got the new school, the fairly new school, Jones Brummett.
Correct.
How long, and as you look at things right now, are we in pretty good shape for the next 5 years, or will we be building another school before another 5 years? Do you have any idea?
We do. That's one of the things that Mr. Benson really enforced is staying on top of numbers, enrollment, and growth. And so I've met with city planners. I actually put in a call the other day. We've got several really large developments that are coming in. Barton's Village, out past Home Depot, a chunk of that belongs to Lebanon Special and a piece to Wilson County. So we have to work through that. So are we good for 5 years? I'm not gonna go that far. We're probably looking for a build within a couple years, and it'll be an elementary school. And so we look at our enrollment and we're comfortable. We have scales. What's a comfortable enrollment? What's it's getting tight, and what's hey, we really need to be ready to go. So we're in that we're comfortable, but we don't want to get to that next stage.
I guess Byers Dowdy is the oldest school, right?
Byers Dowdy and then Sam Houston are close in years, and so Byers Dowdy is a little smaller campus, but their enrollment, when we rezoned, it freed up a little space. So we've got Castle Heights and Sam Houston have more space, so their enrollment's obviously larger. But there's room for growth, which we're prepared for. But we'll be looking for a new facility within the next couple years, I would say.
Okay, Brian Hutto is my guest, Director of Schools, Lebanon Special School District. We've got a lot more to talk about after we go to this break here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:45. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Absolute Kubota, they have Land Pride, quality tractor implements including cutters, finish mowers, box blades, tillers, and more. 5-year gearbox warranty, extremely durable and well-built. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Pretty heavy right now. I-40 coming in from Hermitage, coming in from Wilson County. Just give yourself extra time. It's pretty sluggish also on 24 through the Hickory Hollow area by Bell Road, Hickory Hollow Parkway. All that traffic flow coming in from Murfreesboro, Rutherford County. Watch your speed down I-40 through certain parts of Dixon County this morning. Ripley's is hiring for all 10 attractions, offering great pay and perks. Apply online, Ripley's.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Welcome to Hearthside Senior Living, Lebanon's unique senior living community designed for seniors to age in place, all within a safe, comfortable, and Christian environment. Beautiful retirement homes designed for an independent lifestyle with maintenance-free living. Hearthside Senior Living also continues the excellent tradition of assisted living for those seniors who need additional services. Hearthside Senior Living, an independent retirement community and assisted living community, all on one campus in the heart of Lebanon. Call 615-443-1994 for a tour.
What is your passion? How can you use that passion to enrich your community? Hi, this is Melanie Minter, President and CEO of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce. Your chamber is the resource for making connections to fulfill your passion. Whether education, nonprofit, agriculture, entertainment, or government relations, Wilson County offers a place for you to be involved. Your chamber connects businesses, individuals, and your passion to the community. We have an enthusiasm for excellence. Join us and catch the spirit. Call or visit our office at 149 Public Square in Lebanon.
And again, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Coleman and Company, and we're now in our final segment here as we go to 8 o'clock. Brian Hutto, Director of Schools, Lebanon Special School District, is with us. You have a lot of information to share. You're the man in the know. but to summarize what we have said here, one thing is school is off to a really good start, and your enrollment, you said 4226.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
More, and you're growing, and and the prospects for more students as we look to the future is good because the whole area here is growing.
The whole area is growing, and so revenues are good, which is good for us because we want to make sure we pay our teachers well. And I told the teachers when we did system-wide day, our budget, 86% of it is on people. So the vast majority is on the people, the benefits, because as was mentioned with your previous guest, I mean, they're saints to take care of our students, and they work so hard. So we want to make sure we take care of them.
Let me ask you about a couple of other areas, maybe three others. You have a number of teacher assistants anymore. Are you okay there?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. We're good with teacher assistants now. That's one of those. We can always plug in a few more because that help is critical, and they're super valuable.
Cafeteria, custodial workers, those type of jobs, are you okay?
Cafeteria workers, I believe we have a few postings. I saw some approvals roll through the past few days. So that's another one. If you see, or if you want to work with kids or work in a school, we'll find you a spot. And the same for bus drivers. We're good on bus drivers right now, but we'd love to be able to say we've got a backup of lists, and we of course have a backup plan for any route. But it's always one of those, you want to have more rather than fewer. So
yeah, but really, you've got an overall good report this morning. It seems like you're off to a good start. You're not really hurting. You're planning for the future.
We're blessed. We're fortunate. I told Miss Kegley this morning. Well, it wasn't this morning. We were kind of running around this morning, but she's the assistant director, and of course we talk daily. But it's really amazing all the pieces that go into making a school run efficiently. And I told her, I said, people they don't see, they don't know, and that's good. They shouldn't know. They should just. Their kids bebop into school, have a great day, and go home. And we want it to be the best part of their day, whether they need it or not. And so that's ultimately our goal.
I think there's somebody else you want to mention.
I do. Everyone's Wilson. I want to put it's not a shout out, but a plug. They are partnering all the churches within Wilson County to serve all of the schools is their ultimate goal. And when I say serve, it could be that working through wish lists. The big goal is the mentorship aspect of it, and being able to come in, and some of our students, they need another adult. And we always want people to understand you succeed when you have a group in your corner. And we want to make sure if a student needs that, or if it's a role model type. We had, he played at Georgia, Mr. Logue, is that right? Played at Georgia?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came at the end of school at Coles Ferry. And to see the impact he had on those students, for them to see he went through Coles Ferry, went through the city schools, went through Lebanon High School, and here he is. And he talked about some things. He said, you got to focus on your school. You got to focus on your studies. That means you're going to miss out on some things. And the message, you could see those fifth grade boys. They were in awe of what, and really all of them. So everyone's Wilson. If you're looking for a way to plug in as a volunteer and serve in a capacity, they're a great way to reach out. Also, you mentioned Vanderbilt Medical. They took care of our system-wide, fed our teachers, and we all like to eat. And Chamber of Commerce partnered with them. So, and system-wide day is probably one of my favorite days because we bring all the teachers in. They've just come off summer break. They're excited. And I feel my goal is to pump up that enthusiasm, and then they train each other, which is another really, really neat thing, that we take the expertise we have and we share it. So it's good.
Brian, one of the things we don't talk an awful lot about with the special school district, you only go through the 8th grade, but there's still a lot of athletic opportunities. We just don't hear as much about them, and I think especially in the middle school now K through 5, it might be more like PE or something. I don't know, but talk about that a little bit, and what role that plays.
Sure, athletics, and as a football player, baseball player growing up, athletics is huge. For some kids, that's the reason they go to school, and we don't want to diminish that. We obviously want them to latch on to the academics, but so in our elementary schools, we have Blue League basketball, and that is for 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. They try out, they participate, they have a great little season, they have cheerleaders, and I think that's really benefited our Lebanon High School basketball programs. And so we also do a spring Olympics in the elementary schools, but middle school, we've got football, baseball, basketball, softball, cross country, volleyball, and I'm hesitant to name them because I'm afraid I'll leave something out. But all those seasons are in gear. And I actually was at a soccer game last night between Walter J and Watertown. And that was fun.
How'd that come out?
Walter J won it, but it was a great match and a good crowd over at Watertown. Their facilities are gorgeous, and so that was fun. It was hot though.
Well, I guess the pros maybe get the biggest attention. College football, especially, gets an awful lot of attention. Even the smaller colleges don't do too bad there. I mean, like Cumberland, there's a lot of attention paid to football and in high school. But when you're talking about 8th grade and below, that's a learning opportunity. It means a lot to them. I can remember. I mean, I enjoyed school and I enjoyed learning, but man, we had recess time. That's what we called it back then, recess. 15, 20 minutes in the morning, and after you ate lunch as quick as you could, you got out there and played ball till 1 o'clock, and then a little one in the afternoon. And I mean, that just, it was great to be able, especially if it wasn't raining, you know.
That's right. Oh, rain. And the teachers will talk about the rain. They'll look at the forecast, and they know it's inside recess. So we really want them to, of course, have recess every day, and it's mandated. But to our athletic programs, you're right. It's a teaching moment. That's a formative time. And so one of the things we talk about with middle schoolers, we want them to be involved in as many things as they can.
Well, of course, academics, I guess, is number one on the list, and I know the county's been talking about some testing or whatever. Have you got any results you want to tell us about?
Yes, Coleman, we do. I'm just going to have to do a teaser though. That information is still embargoed through the state, and so what embargoed means is in the district level we can discuss it, we can start making plans, but really we're supposed to check for accuracy. We're really, really excited. So we get two basically metrics. We have achievement and we have growth. And growth, they're both important, but growth is really for us. You want to know that a child has progressed the amount they have. And with COVID, we know they're behind. So that one's huge for us. And so we're here, I'm hoping on the 15th, we can release we get a number distinction and we can release where we are. But suffice to say, we're excited. Our teachers deserve that. Our families deserve that because, I mean, the teachers are doing the day-to-day, but our families supporting their kids, making sure they're on time. Attendance is a big push for us this year. We took a slight hit last year, which was expected with absences, but for this year, we're excited to share those numbers, and it just shows that the work's paid off.
Can we say you're excited and optimistic too?
You could say that.
We're going to have a good report.
There was a lot of cheering when we got those through, and so I'm excited to get to broadcast that very soon.
Brian, something else, we're going back a little bit here, but you've got a summer program that I think means a lot, and it may mean a lot in some different ways. You have some children who might be a little bit left out if you didn't do what you do, not only academically, but maybe in feeding, food service, that sort of thing.
Yes, sir.
That's apparently been a really good thing and really helped some children.
Hey, so our summer camp, we call it summer camp because summer school's got that sort of negative connotation. So we got summer camp, and I didn't bring that number, but we had two campuses that served K through 5th grade, and they just loved coming to school. Small class sizes, group of dedicated teachers, our cafeteria staff, and then once again, food services. They put out, I want to say almost 6,000 meals for lunch, 3,500 breakfast, probably that many snacks, and they had various locations where they sat up, and that's an impressive operation, and that's Angie Ballard leads that up with Beth Petty, and those two they're special.
Those two have been around a long time.
They have been around a long time, and Angie Ballard, when of course we had to go up on our lunch prices a little bit, and that's just the state of affairs, and she really, really struggled with that, but it was the thing to be safe and not go over budget. But she really struggled with that because she's just a great person, and I would say the same for Miss Petty. And I don't want to name names because we could list off hundreds that played into that summer program. So It was a very beneficial thing for our families.
Well, Beth Petty, it's something like that just seems to be, as we would say, down her alley or whatever. I mean, she loves it and loves the children, loves the program, is probably a lot of is greatly responsible, I think, for its success.
I would agree with that. She's got her hands in pretty much anything that involves our community. Beth Petty's going to be in the mix, and she's one of those. She'll email you, say, "Hey, this is coming up. Do you want to do it?" Or she'll call, and I'm one. Let's jump. Now, in this capacity, I'm a little more reserved. Just think through, if we jump, who all does it impact? So, but if it's going to take care of kids or our families, I think we need to try it.
All right, let's see. You took over June 1st?
July the 1st.
July the 1st.
July the 1st. Now, I was a product of being able to have from March till July to transition in and all summer really to live in that central office with Mr. Benson and that group. We had a lunch the other day, and I said the odd thing is it feels like we've been doing this for a really long time. And that
maybe that's why I thought it was just, you really, it's a fiscal year, July 1 through June 30th.
Yes, sir.
But what I was going to ask is, have there been any really big surprises? If anything really bad or really good that you want to mention in the last 30 seconds?
Yeah, big surprise. I was worried with some of the learning curve pieces. You get budget, you get some of those other things, and I love all of those pieces because we have really good staff, and we work together to take care of our families, kids, and I've said that before, but we're blessed and we're thankful, especially for this time, to get to brag on our school system. So we appreciate you, sir.
All right. Well, we certainly appreciate having you with us, and it's going to be nice we're going to try to have you or somebody you might send if you can't make it. If you're on special assignment, we'll have somebody from Lebanon Special School District each month, and I think that's good, and we'll do our best to keep people informed. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for a Tuesday, and I hope you'll join us tomorrow for the Wednesday edition. And until tomorrow, I wish you a terrific day.